Okay. What do you have to say about life?
What do I have to say about life? Well, I can tell you what, it's very interesting. It has many stages to it. It has its ups and downs, but I think life in general is a good thing. I know toward the ending it isn't so good sometimes, but I think it's what you make it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I really think. I think it can be fun. It can be adventurous. Around here, there's always some adventure, if you know what I mean, like today with the baby bird and the dead mouse and the always adventures and the fish. And, but I think it's what you make it, really. And hopefully you make it a good life, the best you can for yourself. Some things you can control and others you can't.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of the way I look at it. But the things I control, I want to be happy. I think that's what everybody wants. I want to be loved. What else do you need in life? Well, you need food. Hello. And hopefully not medical, but if you need medical, it's there. Um, you do what makes you the best. And what are you doing, buddy? You're escaping your... Yeah, look at you. Come on, look at the camera. Oh, boy. What's up, bud? Oh, you're going to come right up. No, you can't have my water. I don't think so. But that's what I think of life. I think it's a good thing when babies are born, everybody's thrilled. And then if they get sick or something happens, everybody's down. But I think, I don't know, to me it's, like I said, an adventure, and you have to do the best you can with it. And I want to travel. That's what I want to do. Things I've always wanted to see. You know, I've always wanted to go down the East Coast.
Mm-hmm.
Someday I'm going to do that. But I want to do it when I can still move and groove. I don't want to do it when I got to take a walker. Nah. That's what I want to do. Different things like that. Make it exciting and adventurous. And I enjoy watching you kids grow up. That was a highlight. Oh my God. That makes my day. And even being around kids today makes my day. Like when I volunteer at the school, I love it. I love the kids. They're not like adults who hide feelings or seem to be caught up in a world. They're just the way it should be. They're naturals. And I like that. I like that spontaneity and quick hugs and the laughter, and it's great. They don't need the booze to get. They don't need. They're high on life. And isn't it wonderful if we could all be high on life without all the little glitches we fall into? Sometimes they're unavoidable, but I think it's how badly you take them, how deeply you do that.
The last question is, I know of a couple stories, but have you ever had any spiritual things happen with ghosts or dreams or something weird? Or
Well, I have lots of weird ones, but I'll tell you one that means something to me with Jared's MS. Like, when I was little, my mom and dad always had a lot of church things going on in our house, a lot of Bible studies, a lot of speaking in tongues. And the one thing that I always said is when life gets too hard to handle, you need to give it to God. And one night I was just, can't even explain how upset I was, crying and freaking out. What's the future going to hold? Where am I going to go? What's going to happen with Jared? We're broke. We thought we were going to lose the house. And I just wrote this poem, and I'm like, you know what? That's it. I can't do it. I'm tired. I'm sick of crying. I think a lake should have formed around me by now for all the crying I've done. And I just said, here, you can have it. I'm finished. And I swear, I woke up in that morning, and I just felt like a brand new person. And that was about a year ago, right before I started CASE. And everything turned out okay. We didn't lose our house. Jared's doing better. I'm like, Cecily's doing great. I'm like, I think it's very true that sometimes you just have to say, you know what, I can't do it myself. Here you go. Take a little bit of this burden for me. And it has worked well for me, whether or not it's just because we made it happen or he helped us make it happen. I don't care. It happened.
any spiritual experiences with dreams or seeing ghosts?
Lots. Lots, lots of them. God, my first one was when my mother's sister, her name was Martha, my Aunt Martha, and she was one of my favorite aunts. She lived in Pennsylvania, her and Uncle Sam. A year after my Aunt Martha passed away, I took you with me, Amy. You were only like 3 years old. We went back for Aunt Martha's daughter's baby shower. And we slept in a single bed together. And then that night, I thought Aunt Martha was there. She had already passed away the year before. I felt her presence. I sat straight up in bed and told my Aunt Martha I loved her. I laid back down, and it's like she covered me up. The next morning, I asked my mom and dad if they had come into the bedroom to cover Amy and I up, and they said no, and I told them, well, Aunt Martha was here last night.
Mhm.
And my mom has had an experience similar to that
She did?
with her sister. Yes, her and Dad went to visit Uncle Sam after Aunt Martha had died, and my mother was sitting in Aunt Martha's living room crocheting, and all of a sudden the room got very, very cold. And Mom says all of a sudden there was this peace that came over Mom, and she knew Aunt Martha was there. And I've had other experiences like that after my father passed away. Woke up in the middle of the night and somebody was shaking my finger, and I was in the house all alone.
Mhm.
Nobody was there, and that's what my dad had done to me when he was in the hospital, and after he had a stroke, he took my finger and shook it, just like he did in the middle of the night, but he was already gone. So I've had several experiences like that with my dad, and then the week after my mother died, every night, there was dreams about her. I had dreams about her, and I think that was her way of telling me she's okay.
Mhm.
She was walking because she had a fractured hip from the cancer, and she walked with a walker, and at the end she couldn't walk at all. And she was walking and telling me how good she felt and how happy she was, and saying, "Look, Sandy, look how good I can walk. I don't hurt anymore." So I think that was just her way of trying to comfort me. So I've had quite a few of those experiences. Some people don't believe in it. I believe in it.
Okay.
I believe when you die, there's something more beyond this earth. I know a lot of people do not. They believe when you die, you die. But I believe, sure, your body dies, your physical body dies. But I think your spirit, your soul, continues on.
Okay. That's all.
Anything else you'd like to ask me?
Ghosts or dreams?
Oh, have I? Yes, I have. And I'll tell you, I was never so glad to see my Grandma Mills one day.
Oh, really?
Yes, I did. I seen her at a restaurant. I had gone with a bunch of, oh my God, maybe 30 years ago. I was invited to a party at the CIC club by one of my friends. And there they all dressed to the nines, and they had a different kind of, they all thought they were, so to speak, it. Okay. Well, then I came and I had on a red dress, and I even asked my mom, I said, "Do you think this is oh yeah, it looks really nice." So I got there, and they acted so different, and we went over to the one girl's house, and everybody was laughing, and she picked me out of the group and said, "You know, you laugh really loud," and it really embarrassed me, and I felt very awkward anyway being with them. And I got a headache, and then we went out to eat at the CIC Club restaurant, and I had such a headache, and I didn't know where to turn. I was with all these people that I felt today I would feel different. I was young then and thought people are above me. Nobody's above me. Remember that. Anyway, I looked over at another table, and there sat my Grandma Mills, smiling at me. She waved at me, and I thought I was seeing things, but she was there.
Oh wow.
For some reason, she may have conformed into another person, and I felt so relaxed at that moment.
Mhm.
I felt wonderful.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and
I
here
never knew that.
in the house we live in today, one of the ladies passed away, and she opens her cupboard doors and she closes them, but I don't know if I believe in another realm,
Mhm.
but maybe she's just going about her daily duties. And then we hear people calling, like my daughter. I swore she said, "Mom, Mom," and so I yelled her, "What do you want?" She says, "I never called you." And then she'll hear her name being yelled, and I've never called her. So
Oh,
there's
wow.
different little things that pop up. And I also saw my little dog that passed away. This is before, oh my God, this must be about 40 years ago,
Mhm.
45 years ago, manifestation, or however they say that word again.
Manifestation.
The manifestation, thank you, Amy, itself in our doorway. And she's right there, and sometimes you blink your eyes, you think, no, that can't be right, but they're there. And I do think it's wonderful. And if I can do that or come back, I think it's great. I do want to believe in that, because what else do you have to believe in? I know you can believe in heaven ever after, but you want to be with the ones you love. You want to help them.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, and another one, if you want to hear, that's strange. Another of our relation, Amy. Before this, my cousin, it'd be Mom's cousin, Marilyn. I was in her wedding. I was flower girl for her wedding when I was 6. Anyway, her daughter passed away in an automobile accident. Well, right before she died, everybody in the car saw 2 people in the car, an older woman and her daughter. And then when the crash happened, everybody ran and they couldn't find the older woman anywhere. This is the person who hit him, saw 2 people, everybody. And they couldn't find the older woman. And who Marilyn thinks it is her mother. She had passed before, and that she was sitting with her in that automobile.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, the rescue crews and everybody looked. So they believe in it too, way back in our relation. And Grandma did, and everybody does. So, and even your dad had somebody sit on his bed one time.
Oh.
So you'll have to ask him about that. He was really freaked.
Okay.
Okay?
Oh.
So it's in our blood, and I think you have to develop it.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Sandy.
Well, you're welcome. And I do believe in that, Amy. And you've got it, and you've got it too. You know you've got it. And to me, it's exciting, and I wish I could talk to them better, I just think if you come, it's all right.
Mhm.
And like I told you when they had that Indian dig,
Uh-huh.
yeah, one ran right through our house. I told you that. I woke up, and he was at the end of my bed in full headgear, whatever you want to call it. He had on his feathers, and I woke up and that was over the other house. And I got up, and I couldn't believe it, and he ran out, and I ran behind me, and here our doors were open.
Mhm.
He ran out the door, but I wasn't the only one. I've talked to many a person who had Indians in their rooms, and we all didn't coincide on this. You know what I mean? It wasn't a conspiracy. It was what all of us thought, was what I mean was real. So I do believe that. And maybe sometimes I don't want them to see me how I look, but I don't know. You gotta take me as it is.
Okay, well, thank you for your time.
Well, you're welcome, Amy. In some small way, I hope this maybe does some good.
Okay.
And to everyone, have a sip of water. Okay.
Last year or so, and God's probably like, oh my God, turn off the wavelength to her house. I'm sick of it. But, like I said, you want to learn about us, go to the library.
And doesn't this house have a ghost?
Yes. We call him Carl. We believe he was the original builder and owner of the house. And he likes to roam around and shut doors and open doors and hide things when we can't find them, like remotes and lighters, and granted it could just be us, but
Well, didn't you see him once, an image of him or something?
like, I've seen him, Jared's seen him, my tenant has seen him, my daughter's heard him, our dog sees him. I'm like, we haven't had anything in a while, and I think it's because we haven't really been doing anything to the house. But I expect we just started doing the hallway, so we'll probably hear a little bit from him. We are the first family to live here to have it converted into a one-family home
Okay.
since he lived here. That was an attic. But we're pretty sure it's him. Because the images we've seen are all someone dressed like from the 30s and 40s with the fedora. And, so I keep trying to get the lady up the street to give me pictures. Because she has photos of the house. Because this was all added. The front end of the house has been added. The back end of my kitchen was added. I don't know how it was originally set up, but I know these doorways are not where they originally were. Because that's where a radiator would have been, and obviously your radiator isn't going to block your door. So we're not really sure how the house used to look. We have an exterior photo of it. That's how we know this was added and that was. It was moved out. This house has undergone a lot, and I think a house has a life of itself, and this house has seen a lot. So I told Jared, I said, I like this house. I go, because I said it's seen World War I or World War II. Vietnam War, the Great Depression, and 9/11, all these presidents. I said, and it's still standing. I said, keeping us safe. I'm like, a couple tornadoes, a couple floods. I'm like, I said, it's a good sturdy little house.
We're just gonna eat that. She had like half. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to stop. Glad she's done.
So, what are you ladies drinking today? Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Black. That I just got freshly roasted from John and Drake, the roaster.
And what do you have to say about life today?
It's going.
So-
It's going.
We're just rocking. Life is good. Been a baby. We took some great pictures today, and little Piper had a little accident on Daddy's lap. It's like Niagara Falls out of her pants. Well, she didn't have any pants on, so that's why. And now she's all tore up. She's sleeping.
I don't want to be swaddled. I'd be playing Barbies in my room. I used to see a lady in a red suit, like 1940s pencil skirt suit, walk by down the hall at the corner of my eye. I'd have it all the time.
Oh, really?
Actually, the same color red as your shirt. And I would get up and look down the hall and nobody'd be there. But it happened all the time when I was up there alone. Probably up until I was 12, something like that. Of course, I didn't play Barbie much after that, so I don't know what it was, but
Now, you guys both lost your fathers. Did you have any dreams or anything after?
not dreams, but I could, since Dad died in the house, and when we would go back in the house, you could actually still, death has a smell. You could actually still smell that smell for like a month after. But when I would be there, I kind
kind of like always expected to see, see him come up from out of the basement down there tinkering around, or
Mhm.
it's kind of like it, especially after moving into the house and living there. It's kind of like I still had a sense he was still there for a while, but now I don't sense it so much.
Mhm. Jackie, didn't you keep your dad's shoes under your bed?
Mm-hmm.
Did you?
I still have the shoes, but they're not under my bed right now. Dad used to talk to me. I would wonder where something was, and I would just close my eyes and think about it for a minute, and I would open my eyes, and it would be right there. It was like he was telling me where to find whatever tool I was looking for, because there's no way I could ever find anything without him telling me. I would always have to call and say, "Where's this?" And he would yell downstairs and tell me where to find it, and he did that after he died too.
I talk to my dad still sometimes, but I don't. The only thing I hear in my head is, from time to time, like especially if I'm not like staying focused on a goal I might have, or getting things that need to be done. I hear, "What are you doing?"
Mhm.